This is Noah Britton. Noah's a student at NYU Stern. Today, Noah's going to walk us through a day in the life of a business student. Ready, Noah?
Is this my cue?
Noah self-identifies as a Sternie. He's going to tell us a little bit more about that later. But for now, let's see how Noah gets ready for his day.
You're ready. Business school time. Let's go. But first, we gotta suit up. Let's roll.
Since the beginning of the pandemic, Noah has been doing all of his classes online. He's offered to show us his setup and what exactly a virtual classroom looks like.
It's open. Hey, what's up? Don't mind me. I was just admiring the city I'm conquering as a business student. This is my classroom, my digital learning experience. This is where I attend Zoom class. This is where I learn. This is where everything that happens as a business student in the fall of 2020, this is where it goes down. So this is the brief tour, just to show you. Desk, mahogany. Laptop, closed. Webcam, always on. But before we get into the important stuff, let me show you where the business really happens. Business school is fun and all, but it's really just a hobby. The real business, where the real deals are done, that's through this door. Let's go. Come.
Like everyone, Noah has passions that extend beyond the classroom.
This is where transactions occur. This space is the moneymaker. Business school is a hobby.
When Noah's roommate had to leave the city due to pandemic, Noah decided to put acoustic foam on all of the walls and turn his old room into a recording studio. Since then, beats have been most of his day. Although Noah had implied permission, he's asked that we not share this video with his roommate. He wants to keep the Murphy bed as a special surprise for when his roommate gets back.
Business school is my passion, but beats pay the bills.
For a student, Noah had relatively little to say about his actual coursework. Luckily, we get to sit in on one of his classes.
Let's go to the classroom. It's time to learn. But before we hop in, it's gonna get heated. Now listen. You want to go to business school? I'm at business school. You want to know how to be more like me? Sell me this pen. Sell me this pen, and that's how you succeed in business school. If you can sell this pen, you can sell anything. If you can sell anything, you can business anything. Now we're in class. But when you're in class, you gotta lift. Long-term capital gains. I keep the volume off, it's just not worth it.
Noah had a total of 4 classes today, but since they all basically look the same, we've decided to skip ahead and see what Noah does between classes.
This is the business kitchen. We got the fridge here, but it's always empty. You know the halal cart outside Stern? That's where I'm eating 24/7 all my meals from FIFO.
The halal cart outside of Stern, which for some reason has Stern painted on it, is a pilgrimage site for Sternies and their professors alike. Noah tells us that having FIFO delivered 3 times a day keeps him grounded and reminds him of his humble roots at NYU Stern. To maintain his mental health, Noah tells us he's been keeping in touch with friends and family, as well as getting creative. Stuck alone, indoors, for several months, Noah says he's been trying to recreate some of his favorite common hour activities and make his home feel more like Tisch Hall.
Business students like to have fun. For example, Chris Pundo, I love my lactate.
After Noah walked us through his day, we sat down to discuss his last 4 years at Stern and what his plans are for after graduation. So Noah, tell us, what drove you to business school?
That's an easy one. The answer's 2 words. Jordan Belfort.
What's been your favorite course at Stern so far?
Oh, that's an easy one. I absolutely love my managerial accounting. I love DGB.
Noah seemed reluctant to answer our questions, and if we're being honest, it felt like he was putting up a facade. But the next morning over breakfast, he gave us a peek into what he really wants for his future and how Stern helped him get there. Thanks again for doing that. It's super helpful. I'm so glad that, we were able to do that.
Yeah, I love sharing my wisdom with the youth in any way I can.
Yeah. No, honestly, though, are you excited for Amazon? We're going to miss you.
Yeah, it's going to be mixed, right? I don't want to leave New York. Obviously, NYU is the center of everything. All the people I know are here. But at the end of the day, a good offer is a good offer. I might have to. And it's going to be good. I'll become the Excel wizard I've always wanted to be since I was a little kid. And I can crunch those numbers all day, every day.
It's so crazy because, we never did any Excel, at Stern. Honestly, I feel like everything I learned about, Googling or, I did some in high school.
I'm not joking. You're not going to believe it, but I'm not joking. If I didn't go to Stern and instead I just took, an Excel crash course, I probably would have been better at my job this summer, and I would probably be more prepared for my full-time job.
They never would have hired you, though, right?
They wouldn't have hired me because the degree is everything. It's that little, the NYU logo, and then your GPA next to it, and Andy Hamilton's signature at the bottom. That's what you're paying for. That's your $80K a year. It's not the knowledge. It's the diploma. It's the degree. It's the brand.
Yeah. That's crazy.
It's kind of a scam. It is and it isn't. You learn, the soft skills at NYU. You learn what's interesting. You become that business student who wears a suit, who's in the swivel chair.
Thanks again for that. That was hilarious.
Yeah. It's good. It's fun playing the business student, the archetype. But at the end of the day, what you learn is useful to an extent, and it's interesting to learn. It's good for your mind, good for your brain, good for your soul, maybe. But the actual in-demand skills, from my experience, we kind of don't cover at Stern.
Wait, what? Why do people go to business school? Or rather, why do companies hire from business schools if the skills that they're looking for aren't even being taught? Meet Ariana. She's a fellow classmate of Noah's and has been working part-time at Imagine Media for the past 2 years. Since Ariana studies marketing, perhaps she does use her coursework. So you had a summer internship this year and one last year, right? And you're a senior at Stern. Have you used anything that you learned at Stern in your job?
Nothing that I wouldn't have learned otherwise on the job.
On the job. Is there anything you couldn't have done if you hadn't come to Stern or hadn't gone to college, I guess, even?
Probably not.
We checked in with a member of the Business and Political Economy program to see if their coursework was more directly relevant.
My name is Lavinia. I go to New York University, specifically Stern School of Business, and I am majoring in Business and Political Economy.
Lavinia, thank you so much for agreeing to talk to us. What was your job this summer?
This past summer, I was a business development intern at Silicon Valley Bank in San Francisco, California.
While you were there, did you do anything that you wouldn't have known how to do before you came to Stern?
I didn't use anything I learned in school in my internship.
Another classmate, Ariel, had one of the most competitive and sought-after internships at Goldman Sachs this summer. We started to wonder whether it was just business students who weren't using their coursework, so we decided to interview my sister, who currently studies biology.
What's your name?
My name's Aresta-Katz.
Where do you go to school and what's your major?
I go to Northeastern University and my major is biology.
And what internship have you done?
I interned at the National Institute of Standards and Technology.
Is there anything that you've learned in your major that you've been able to apply to your work experience?
Yes, we learned standard lab procedure and how to take proper measurements.
Thank you.
For one final perspective, we decided to interview my parents and see how they had used their degrees for the past 30 years.
Hi, what's your name?
My name is Michael.
Where did you go to college?
I went to MIT.
What did you major in?
I majored in mechanical engineering.
What do you do for work?
I design inflatable paddleboards.
How have you used your degree?
Well, one thing in particular that I use every day is drafting. I took drafting as an undergrad, and I use it when I'm designing products.
Is there any way that a liberal arts degree could be more useful than a business degree?
What's your name?
Sandra Aresta.
Where did you go to school and what did you study?
I'm at Holyoke College. I have a double major in Romance Languages and International Relations.
And what is your occupation?
I am currently an ESOL teacher.
Okay. Can you give an example of something you studied in school that you use in your work?
Well, I studied French and Portuguese, and I have French and Portuguese speaking ESOL students, so I use that. And then the international relations is very useful because they come from all over the world, and it helps to have an understanding of their culture and their country. And previous to that, I worked at the World Bank for 12 years, and I used the same thing, basically, foreign languages and the knowledge of the world.
Thank you very much.
Do you think business school is worth it?
Well, let's see. $75,000 times 4, that would be $300,000. Not sure. Really not sure.
Thank you.
Although only time will tell whether we use what we learned in the classroom, we do know a few things for certain. We got to spend 4 years in the greatest city on earth. We studied under some of the best professors, made amazing friends, and have memories that will last us a lifetime. You can't put a price on that. Any regrets at all?
I do have one regret. Could have been Cornell.